I want to live off welfare and play games, watch movies and animes all day and work out. I truly believe we live in a world that has enough resources that each of us can live a modest lifestyle with a small amount of work. For example, one person being able to make enough for shelter, food, water, medical care for their entire family working 1,015 hours per week. Can you imagine how much time you'd spend volunteering, cooking, parenting, gardening, etc.? But you know, rich people need yachts and spaceships. I'd love universal basic income. Would solve a good chunk of the world's problems if we stopped thinking that access to food, water, and shelter was something you had to pay for to deserve. I'm on disability for mental illness, and on the one hand not stressing about basic needs like shelter is nice, but on the other I'd rather be able to work. But I believe everyone should have a small safety like me, although I'm not allowed more than $1,000 in savings. The concept of welfare within the construct of modern societies is based on a false acceptance that there are working class people and there are better and more successful business owners who dictate what the rest of us do, say, believe and accept. This is fundamentally incorrect. Without the working class there would be no owner class. None of the owners would be able to run their businesses without the toil of the workers. They are literally nothing without us. It's not a matter of living off welfare. It's a matter of changing the dynamic between those that work and those who own all the property, tools, facilities and machinery. The coercive nature of the current work paradigm is what we fight against. There is no logical or rational reason why the majority of the world population must spend most of their waking hours, for most of their lives, toiling to maintain a substandard degree of living. We know you do. Who TF wants to be on welfare? Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. What's stopping ya? Sad thing is, I worked out that working above minimum wage in Australia you are still only a few $100s better off a fortnight compared to welfare. So I quit my job and now I'm on welfare, playing video games and not much worse off from when I was working 40 hours a week. I also decided to go back to university so I can better myself for when I finally decided to rejoin the workforce. Sounds like a conservative mocking anti-work, ha ha ha. I honestly kinda support this. I don't know if it's a long-term plan, but enjoy some time off. If someone can figure out how to live a more simple life and get state aid for a while, why not? Picture this. You're in your late 50s, work in construction your whole life for little money with little hope for retirement. One day you get hurt and can't go back to work. But you figure out if you downsize with a combination of state aid, disability, food stamps, housing aid and maybe social security, as you get into your 60s you can live just fine without working. Why not? You just want to fish and chill out at home with little expenses, maybe downsize your apartment. Go for it. Maybe you are a single parent. One day you figure out how much of your income goes to childcare. It's almost useless to work. With some math, with combo of child support and state aid, and some downsizing, you can become a stay-at-home parent. Focus on creating a good stable home for your kid. Go for it. Fuck it, why not? Masturbating in mom's basement doesn't count as working out, I'm afraid. Edit. Joking, mostly. I had almost 2 years of that with pandemic unemployment. It was nice. I'm not advocating for wage slaving for corporate assholes, but let me tell you from experience. Having just come off 3 months of unemployment with just enough money to eat and have a roof, unlimited free time leads to extreme boredom and ennui. Thankfully I found a job working 30 hours a week alongside a very good chef that owns a small but quality restaurant, and treats his small staff very well. My free time has more value now and the balance is very good. I'm much happier now. It helps that I can afford weed again. My 2 great-aunts were nurses. They'd work for 6 months and then travel a couple of months. I feel very relevant to op. I make double the minimum wage in my county and can't afford to live alone. What's the point of working 10-12 hours in a salaried position for this? As someone who was born into the Canadian Walgar system, it's not a good idea. Last year I spent 11 months staying home doing nothing with my university savings money for $8,000. Now this year working since January, I have saved enough money that I can choose to stay at home and doing nothing without work for 1 year at least. I started working in January to save money again, because fear of no more job due to the war. I have a solution for you. I work as a static security guard on night shift specifically because I do all of those things while at work getting paid. One shift last week I took 2 naps and knocked one out. Been working for 8 years now and I decided to start doing a remote access degree so that I can do something a bit more fulfilling with some of my leisure work time.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.